It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many miracles bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs and hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 47. He don't know no better.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Exit.
Garoppolo now. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, gun. Go ahead.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Check curls.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. From the gun, it's Breeze. Smith catches left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
I'm coming after you.
Breeze now to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Watch the run.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted but it winds up falling incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. 5-8. Man up, D. Man up, D.
Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From midfield, here's Breeze. And that is incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
13. 21. Here we go.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Here we go. 180! Yeah. You don't want none. 65. 56.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Garoppolo looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's get it. Here we go. 180!
It's our field.
I got you.
Hey, it's our house.
12. 21. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Sammy! 59! Team 6!
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Breeze now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
12. Check.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well. Hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
Coleman now. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On the return, it's Kamara. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 2nd up in Seattle. The Jets out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
21.
Check, 59.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Kamara try the right side. Try to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. D. Ford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
You see me? You see me? They can't.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. If Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of... And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ready.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Breeze. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Running with Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as they move the sticks again. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good. Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive. So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game. I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it. Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got. And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead. Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. There's some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. He'll take a shot for the touchdown. 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 33 yards. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability. Gold with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Not much happening there on 1st down. I thought there might have been a hole for a split second. Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Breeze. Looking deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Breeze. Buying time to his left. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Check.
Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And 12 at the 17-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
21.
Mike's 47. Mike's
Bravo.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
11. 1, Omaha. Hey, Echo.
Check Mike 47. Cut. 47's the Mike. 47's the Mike.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready. Yellow lady. Mark 54. And watch the leg. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On the ground, Kamara. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do it, D.
8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 81 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They do tack on the extra point as well, so just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Kamara. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Saints, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.
Not a day in my life, knows my